You can't stop this. You can't stop this.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Here we go. Hey.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. This defense for the Dolphins very strong in that victory a week ago.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. When you look at this defense, they've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
Going an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, there's guys with confidence in their offensive line. They just want to move forward and get it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing is Rattler. The pass caught by Olave. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
First down. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Down. Ready.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is brought down. 2 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
On the double.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Here we go.
Rattler working out of the gun. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Prater on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
Prater's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And that is going to work out just fine. The defense caught leaning the other way. The reverse works for good yardage and a first down.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. Now inside the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the door.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
50, green.
He's going to try and do this himself. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Short throw, going to be caught by Waller. The gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And you look at this Saints defense, and they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
All right, come on.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Alexander Madison, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Sanders on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Ready, go.
In motion right, Olave.
Ready.
They run it again with Kamara. Into about the 40-yard line.
I think we put together a job description for a middle linebacker. We would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Ready, cut, go. Blue, 32. Ready.
From the gun, here's Rattler. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. Rattler wants to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now a 2nd and 10.
Set, hut. Ready.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play as it takes us to the end of the first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. To the air is Rattler. Escaping the pressure right. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
Here we go with Kamara. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And that will force a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Waddle's first catch, good for a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. The Dolphins had a woeful 2-9 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, it's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So it's 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. but the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us? Let us go for it. We'll see if that bears a problem for them moving forward in this game.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Ready, go!
Now Rattler. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
And you're down a couple of scores like this, CD. You can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And taken right at the 35. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami set to take over. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at the 40. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
The penalties don't usually hurt as much as that one does. That is a monster gain wiped out by the flag.
And you and I both know that an offense only gets a couple of those big moments in a normal game. You've got to take advantage of them. When you give one away because of an avoidable penalty, that's a major disadvantage. Just steals away every bit of momentum you just generated with that play.
Running left, H.A. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Tua.
They set up the screen. Rachel has it.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Here's 3rd and 6. Now Tua going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff as he'll drop to throw it.
Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Here's Rattler. He lets it go deep for Olave.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Again, it's Achane.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Tua sets up to pass it. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Olave holds it in. Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2.
as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
At the Dolphins' 43-yard line.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Jalen Phillips on the tackle. It's a loss of 2. Brings up
and now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here.
They need 12 here. It's third down.
Here we go, set. Ready?
He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up fourth down.
Cameron Johnston.
Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Dolphins take over.
The Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
They'll keep it on the ground again here.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets this up past the 30. So halftime straight ahead and past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second down and 6 now.
44, ready. 22,
Tua going to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that will be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
The Saints offense and the veteran Alvin Kamara getting set for this next possession. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL.
ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit.
Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Rattler from the gun, third down.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And they will take over first and 10.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of it.
Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Number ready? Here we go, set.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Alado over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and the first down.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Here's second and 10.
Ready.
Second and 10.
Black 40.
Here's Kamara off the draw. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans are saying throw the football in this situation.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Saints are back within a score.
Point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Tua and the Dolphins now with a first and 10
at their own 28-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Snap will come from the 31 on second and 7.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Chase Young
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Throwing is Rattler. The throw left sideline falls incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And he'll push this forward all to about the 42-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
95. Ready?
Play action. Now Rattler. He lets it go. Deep for Olave. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Come on, set. Ready.
From the shotgun, Rattler. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Saints first down.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 29-yard
Let's go.
line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. 2nd and 12. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, 2nd and goal.
Ready, ready.
Rattler wants to throw it. Touchdown! Juwan Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane making their way back out. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. 107 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll go Madison up the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Another carry now for Madison. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Good.
A give left side. Here's Achane. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Tua. That's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer, even pick up the first down if they can. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Hey, get set. 18.
Back to the ground, Achane. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
18.
Madison is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Get right here. 18.
Achane going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Ready. All right, go ahead, go. Ready.
Two and now, third and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Devon Achane with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 of the year. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. To the air is Rattler. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. In motion to tight end. Here's Rattler. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
Complete to Jawan Johnson. It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation. This is NFL football at its best. Here's third down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
On the double. Here we go, set. Yellow, 43.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. Into the hands of Cooks. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
And it gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready. Cut.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Here's first and 10.
It's a gain of 6. First down.
He's back to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Here comes second down.
Brings up second and 7.
Back to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The noise is getting deafening. Here's third down and 3. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me,
Let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Let's go now.
They'll go. Here's Rattler. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
First down.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground now with Miller. Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
They'll look to throw.
Olave holds it in.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Flush to his right. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
But it's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it's looking like the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
Down to an knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it. We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for the Dolphins,